know the morning steam, it's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you, everyone, from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Wednesday, August 12th. Sorry about the late start here. Missed my cue there from, man, just so busy there yesterday with too many shows, too much airtime, and rest and recoup. So I'll try to get to you here as soon as I can and get to the show. Thank you for being patient if you're still with me here. And thanks to Razor for getting me to come to here a little bit. We got a show still planned. I mean, not like the show's not ready to go here. All the notes are ready to go. Just I'm not ready to go. But I am now, so good to see you here, everybody. We get ready to preview our betting day. Of course, it's Major League Baseball here in the morning here, early start. We got 6 matinees today, as well as WNBA tonight and night baseball card. And, well, I better be ready for tomorrow when we got NFL preseason getting underway. So I'll got to be ready for that for sure. So we'll forego the recap here a little bit so we can just get ready and get started. Thank you to everybody in there. I don't want to go through all the comments in there, but some people were here early on anyway. And hope you guys enjoyed the Contender Series show last night and with BB as well for part of our picks. But man, we had a few upsets there early. There, crop shot. You got to get him a crop shot in there. And let's see there. Let's see, under half of in the big favorites there. Okay. Yeah, there was some smashers in there for sure. We saw in the main event there with the Wint. Maybe that was no match there for Adams and Hassan. Hot prospect here. He rocked as well. And then Pagliarulo over Malumba. A little bit of an upset there, I think, right? And then the fight where they didn't give him any contract in that controversial result there with Al Shagir and Escarrega. But 4 contracts last night for the Contender Series. And let's see who else was here. Stop Geo, get ready to go, right? Hey, I just got to put on a shirt here. All right. Thanks, you guys. Razor called me up, got me ready. So let's go ahead and get ready and go to the show. Okay. And just get to hey, because we got a day game, so we got to go. Yeah, I hear you, Noon. I sleep. Well, Noon, hey, we'll sleep when we'll sleep, right? And maybe I could do my good old Howard Hessman. I like WKRP. All right, let's go to the show. Forget yesterday. We did well. Let me see. Not forget yesterday, but we did have some winners over at winnable.com. Not in baseball, though. The total, man, I liked under a lot of games yesterday and got beat on some games there yesterday a little bit. But anyway, you can pick up my plays over at winnable.com/Ramon. It's been a light card here this week, but we'll be ready to go here once we get preseason football going. All right, let's get going on the show here. And I'll start it off. I'll get right to it. Let's go to Orioles taking on the Twins here in this one. Shane Baz is up against Zebby Matthews here. The Zebster, 5.23 ERA, 5-8 record coming in for Baz. 3.76 ERA. You know, the thing that troubles me about Baz is his the team's win-loss record when he pitches. Baz, he might have the better numbers here, but overall his numbers aren't great. 4-11 for Baz this year, and when he pitches, it's even worse. Uh, uh, the 6-16 record for the Orioles when Shane Baz pitches. Now, the Twins haven't been anything special. They've had their own set of problems, and the Matthews hasn't looked too good either here, actually. So, see what you got in this one. But man, Matthews and Baz here. Let's go. You guys get ready to go in the chat here, and we'll get to your plays as well. But it just seems to me like you got a guy like Baz. He does have better numbers overall, but he's had a solid season overall, just allowing 1.4 earned runs per start over his last 5 games. He's been decent, 1.93 ERA in his last 3, and faced some pretty good offenses here: Red Sox, Braves, and Phillies. Little bit awkward there to think that he could pitch well and just doesn't get a lot of run support. Is that possible here? So, all right, I'm going to have to bank on it here. I'm probably going to take the Twins in this one and take them here over the Orioles. Look, Zebby's been serviceable, I think. Yes, those numbers are bad. The walk numbers, the control seem to have gotten a little bit worse, but this Orioles offense, as bad as they looked on paper, I don't know. They got shut out by Dean Kramer 2 days ago, but they did crush Bailey Ober yesterday and did have a big game against Kamar Rocker. I'm going to go ahead and try Minnesota here. They haven't been too good, but give me the Twins here in this one. All right. And Terrell. Hey, Terrell. Hey, he got to give him some run support anyway. All right. Also, here is Stop Geo. Hello, and Robert will take the under in this one. I have a funny feeling that Zebby might be able to have a decent outing here. I think that's what I'm kind of banking on here. I like Zebby. All right, 9 Legacy, though, on the Orioles here as well. Next up. We'll keep it moving here. Phil, we got to be out of here before the bases loaded comes on with the guys. I mean, geez, I might be still on the air. Phillies taking on the Cardinals here with Zach Wheeler goes for the Phillies. Now, big number here, 165, 8 under 25. Kyle Leahy goes in this one for the Cards. Been a solid rookie season here, 3.44 ERA. For Leahy here. Big dog at home. Now, Wheeler's been awesome, no doubt about it. He's 10-3, 2.69 ERA. He's been, from one stretch there, he was dynamite. Phillies are 14-5 with Wheeler on the mound, 0.97 whip, 200 batting average against, and 259 BABIP. For Leahy, he's 8-4, 3.45 ERA, 1.34 the whip. These two pitchers are combined 13-24 to the under this season. But, that's a pretty big number. The Cardinals, they got the win there yesterday, 2-0. The first one was 6-5 in favor of the Phillies in game 1 of the series here. So let's see what you have in this one. You guys want to chime in and tell me what's going to happen here when Phillies take on the Cardinals with Wheeler. Wheeler's had a great season too. Mentioned the ERA. He's had a string of bad starts recently, actually. 11 earned runs in his last 3 starts. He's coming off a pretty bad game. Actually allowed 4 earned runs and 5 walks against the Blue Jays. And 7.84 ERA in his last 3 starts. So he has not been as good as he has here necessarily all season. Leahy's been, average here, but for a rookie, he's doing pretty well. Did face some easy matchups here of late, Reds, Blue Jays, and Rockies at home. But I'm going to probably try to get the Cardinals here. Wheeler's been awesome, but has tailed off for some reason here of late. I'll try the Cardinals again. Give me the Cardinals on the run line here at +1.5 at minus $1.25. I'm going to take the Cards here. Look, they are a Major League Best, 51-33 on the run line as an underdog this year. That is uncanny. Philadelphia is 39-51 on the run line as a favorite. So I think $1.25, that's plenty fair given those numbers this season. And like I said, I think Leahy's been serviceable enough. Wheeler is on his worst stretch of the season here right now. I'm going to try the Cardinals in this one on the run line. 9 Legacies liking the Cards here, and Bobby Mack says go under. All right. Just making sure everything's in place here. Next up, the Rays are on the road. They're taking on the A's. And man, I was thinking the Padres Brewers game today. Boy, it'd be better if you imagine if May and Ray, who's pitching in the Brewers Padres game, was pitching in this game, and you'd have the Rays and A's with May and Ray. But that's not the case. We've got Rasmussen, though. He's been superb this season. $2 favorite here, but man, the Rays are just smashing everything in sight, and they love to beat up on bad teams. Rasmussen is an 11-5 record coming into this one, and solid numbers all around here. Comes in with a .91 .91 whip coming into this one, and you've got, for Jack Perkins, 7.04 ERA and a 2-8 record. He's been on the opposite end of the spectrum here compared to the Rasmussen. So we'll see what you think, but man, this is certainly a tough ask here, given how well the Rays are playing right now and really taking no prisoners here, it feels like. Rays with 13-9 with Rasmussen on the mound, 200 batting average against, a 251 BABIP for Perkins, 261 batting average against, and 320 BABIP. So, man, you got to think the Rays going to smash these guys, but let's see how you have it here in the chat. Athletics, so for Cash Cane's going to try this dog here. I mean, look, there could be some volatility in this stadium at any time. All right. Terrell said, just go over again. I mean, every game is going over there as well. And, will there be any difference with a day game is about the only thing I thought of. Maybe the be a little bit different here. I mean, it's more like the stadium. Tampa Bay hit 6 home runs yesterday. And, no signs of letting up. Won 9 of their last 10. The A's have dropped 8 of their last 10. So let's see what you think. Also, mention those run lines. Tampa Bay, they're actually 45-33 is a run line favorite. Again, when you see these run line favorites, that's a lot better situation because usually you can get a little plus money there too. Cash King does like the under here in this one. Man, I like the Rays. I'm going to take them here in the first 5. Give me the Rays here in the first 5 with Rasmussen to mow it down against Perkins here. Look, I don't know if the A's will bounce back here, but I'll take the Rays here in the first 5 at -1 run at minus $1.05. And we're going to be right back here. We've got some breaking news. Oh, I don't have a breaking news banner anymore, but we do have this one right here. So let's get to this breaking news here right now, just coming out of Los Angeles. And we saw the opening of the NBA schedule yesterday, but this is a blockbuster. The Los Angeles Lakers are being sold to Josh Kushner and Bob Iger for over $12 billion. That is a record-breaking price for any sports franchise in the United States. The businessmen were involved in the expansion process in Las Vegas, but in a stunning turn, they pivoted to make an aggressive offer to buy the Lakers from Mark Walter, the magnate who just purchased a controlling interest in the team last year, from the Bus family. Walter, the CEO of the chairman of the diversified holding company TWG Global, has been the Lakers' majority owner just since last October, when his bid was unanimously approved by the NBA Board of Governors. Walter and TWG Global have interest in other professional sports franchises, including the Dodgers, Sparks, Chelsea, also team in the PWHL, and a motorsports team. Walter also owns several auto racing teams, including Cadillac and Formula One. This guy's loaded, but he's going to give up interest in the Lakers here, a massive $12 billion price tag for the Lakers as Bob Iger, Josh Kushner, teaming up for this record-breaking price for a sports franchise. And that in here, that is a major story. We're seeing these sports teams go for record prices. I've been following one myself here with the Padres. Padres are about to be sold officially. They've been having a delay a little bit in getting it done, but it's supposed to be approved on Monday, and the Padres are going to be the most expensive baseball franchise ever sold. The Mets were just sold for $2.7 billion, and now the Padres are about to be sold for $3.6 billion on Monday, but the Lakers command $12 billion. Holy moly. All right, that just into the morning steam show. We'll have to follow that story. I don't know what else could change. I'm waiting on the stock market channel here to break in. I mean, geez. All right, let's get back to the action here right now. AOD is in the chat here. We're ready to go. The goat's asleep. All right, let's keep it moving here with the morning steam picks. And where did we leave off? How about the I know where we're at. The Rockies taking on the Diamondbacks here in this one with Feltner. He's going up here against the Diamondbacks, and Merrill Kelly for Ryan Feltner here. It did have a good stretch there for a while, had a few quality starts in there anyway, but hey, maybe away from home I'd be okay. 5.71 ERA, 4-6 record here for Feltner. 269 batting average against and 275 BABIP for the Diamondbacks here, and Merrill Kelly 4.87 ERA and 8-9 record. Kelly's actually had some okay starts here. Feltner's been rough over his last three starts. There's not much to like. 6.61 ERA, and Diamondbacks have been kind of cooking here right now. Now, they did lose the game yesterday to the Rockies. The Rockies kind of surprised them there. Hey, we were on the Rockies, actually. So they had the 3-2 win. We took them on the run line. And still here. I mean, I don't know. Nothing totally convincing right now for the Diamondbacks here necessarily. Kelly's last three looks respectable here of late, but I'm going to probably try to come right back on Colorado here in this one with maybe a little run line action here. Colorado's at plus 1.5, minus 130. I'm going to try them again here. Give me the Rockies in this one. And we'll, Feltner, I can't really recite great overall statistics with this guy here. The Rockies offense has been a little bit dangerous, but they're a completely different lineup away from Coors. At home, they're top 5 offense. On the road, not so much. But hey, they hung on yesterday for a win. So I'm going to say that they kind of keep it going here a little bit for the second straight game. And look, you got Moniak, you got McCarthy, you got Kerrigan there. He's been interesting as well. So I'm going to go ahead and try the Rockies here on the run line. All right. And Kane's going over in this one. Next up, we've got the Astros here. I'm taking on the Giants. And for the Astros, got Brian King making his first start of the season. He's just an opener here. He's a fancy opener for Ronel Blanco. in this one. It'll be Blanco eventually, but you're going to have King in there to open things up, a left-hander. Then you'll get Blanco in there for King, 47 appearances, 262 batting average, but it's more about Blanco. He's made 4 starts so far. Really hasn't looked that good. He's given up 3 earned runs in all 4 games, and can't walk in the building here too, 14%. So for Blanco, the home runs have crushed him. Six home runs allowed in his 4 games so far this season. There's still a $1.45 favorite right now because the Giants have looked so bad. But hey, they did get the win yesterday. Adrian Hauser goes here, projected to start for this one. He hasn't looked good either, pretty much for about 10 games. So probably going to have, you might see here. Yeah, I think Hauser here been terrible against left-handers, that's for sure, and that's relevant against this lineup anyway. Let's see what you got here in this one with the Astros here taking on the Giants. Giants won yesterday, and you're going to tell me right now you got King here with very little success so far, and he's going to be a bit of a favorite here on the road against the Giants. Nah, I'm going to take the Giants here in this one. Give me the Giants here as an underdog, plus $1.20 against the Astros today. Look, Astros are in a important drive here right now in the division. Mariners are falling off, but still Texas and Houston probably going to battle this one out, and every game is going to be important. But Giants are done. We know that. But they could play spoiler here, and I'll take the Giants to win this one. Robert here is going with the, that was the last game there. He went with the over, and here he is on the over right now. All right. Keep it moving here. Next up, we've got the Brewers are on the, there's Mayray. Brewers and Dustin May going here in this one. 3 ERA. He's up against Robbie Ray. Ray hasn't been great with the Padres so far, 7.2 ERA, but does have a 3.08 ERA this season and 1.33 whip, 232 batting average against. I think it was a good deal for the Padres, but would like to see him pitch well, first of all. But Dustin May, is he really that? The Brewers, I talk about how deep I always thought their pitching was, and they just bring in some other guy and he looks good. Then they go down there and they reach, for Ray. And to me, I'm like, hey, isn't that a bit of a stretch to go for a guy like May here? But that's what they went with, and Padres have won 4 in a row right now. The bats are really what's doing it. They're clicking here with Tatis and Merrill as well, and getting contributions from all over. And the Padres remain hot right now. The Brewers, maybe a little bit of a slump, not being able to beat these Padres in the last 2 games. Doesn't matter if it's 3-2 or 11-2. Padres held them to 2. Basically, so Brewers here, they're 33-24 on the road, but Padres are 36-26 at home. So I don't know. I kind of want to take my Padres here. Give me the Padres in this one. I got to take the Padres today over the Brewers. All right, let's see here. It's going to be cash gains on the Padres as well, and Bobby Mack's on the under here in this one. I kind of like Robbie Ray against the Brewers lineup, as solid as the Brewers have been this year, and really need him to perform well here. Okay, next up, Pirates here taking on the Marlins. Carmen Mlodzinski goes here for the Bucks, and Jansen Junk for the Marlins here. Junk a 4.63 ERA, but Mlodzinski here, look, the Pirates, it's not so much a problem with any pitching. And he's got decent numbers, 3.51 ERA, 6-4 record. He's been a reliever most of the season, 10 starts, 26 appearances. He's 2-8 to the under so far this season. But, man, the Marlins won it yesterday, and I kind of like them here again today. in this game. So let me see what you think, though. Junk, not great numbers, that's for sure. 4.62 ERA, 5-7 record. But again, the Pirates' offense all of a sudden has dropped off the face of the earth. And they're just not performing like they were earlier in the season. Now, with Mitch Keller down, Majinski's back in the rotation. I thought he should have been in there before. The way this Pirates' inconsistent pitching staff has been going. He did throw 63 pitches in his last game, and last three starts a 4.15 ERA, and really just going about 3 innings here, but probably going to try to have to stretch him out a little bit. Marlins offense has been back to solid here again all of a sudden in the last week or so. Good OBP of late, and there's been some righties who actually held Miami down a little bit. Skeens limited them there yesterday, but those are some quality arms, man. I don't know. With Majinski here, I'm going to go ahead and take the Marlins in this one. I'll try them again here. Give me the Marlins against the Pirates today. Pirates offense, the last 7 games, man, they are, bottom 10 for sure, if not even a little lower. And Junk's last 3, he's actually got 2.13 ERA. The metrics aren't great. But, all right, here's Woke His Joke. He took the Padres, and Robert took the under here in this one. We move on to the next one here now with the Guardians taking on the Tigers. Man, Washington, I don't know what we're doing here if you're Washington giving up on a guy like Foster Griffin. Now, sometimes when a guy, Griffin, he certainly was a surprise this year when he was with Washington. And sometimes if you got a guy and you think, hey, wow, this guy's really performing well, but, we didn't see it coming. So you trade a guy, when the stock is highest, if you know what I mean. But I don't know, maybe he is a prospect here to keep on looking good here. But for the Guardians here and Foster Griffin, 3.06 ERA for Griffin. Detroit goes with Framber Valdez, 4.17 ERA. Now, Griffin with the Guardians does have an 11.25 ERA, but that's because he just didn't look great so far. Still, when Griffin was on the National, the teams here have been really good. The Nationals were winning a lot of games with Griffin on the mound. They were 17-5, I believe, with Griffin on the mound. 1.1 whip, 232 batting average against. For Valdez, 23 starts, 4.17 ERA, a 7-7 record. The Tigers are the hot team, though, coming in with 3 straight wins. It's the Guardians that have dropped 3 straight. And we know they've lost 8 of 10, and the Tigers have won 8 of 10. And the Guardians' offense not getting anything done on the road, that's for sure. I got to go under in this one. Give me the under here with the Guardians and the Tigers. I like both pitchers, and this Guardians lineup, we know how bad it's been. Now, Detroit's been, pretty hot offensively here. They really picked it up as part of their surge at this point. They're back to 1 game under 500. They actually have a better record than Cleveland here. I'll go under here in this one. All right, and Robert's going over, though. And Kane says he'll take the Guardians here. He'll run it back with them. He's not afraid of the 3-game losing streak. I'm going to take I'll take the under. Let me just put it that way. Next up, you've got the Cubs here and Drew Peterson up against the Nationals here. And look, see what happens when you trade a good pitcher. Now you got to go with a rookie here when, there's still Washington. If some of these teams are going to need to go on some type of massive winning streak. We're down to, basically about 40 games left here in the season. So, you'd have to win. You'd have to go on a pretty uncanny run for some of these teams. But, that's why they gave up there, I guess. So, Cubs here on the road, laying a big number here. But the offense is so hot, man. How about that home run by PCA yesterday? Second longest in the baseball this season, I think they said. And Nationals were on a 3-game winning streak, but they got the rookie here, Kent, going. Now, after Kent, they're probably going to have everybody's favorite in here, Miles Mikolas. So I don't know how excited you can get about that. In fact, I don't know, is Mikolas listed as the main starter here? I actually gotta check it out here. No, it's still Kent, but again, I don't think he's long for this. Long for the. You're not long for this world. So eventually they'll have Mikolas in there, and everybody loves to go against Mikolas for sure, right? So, man, I'll do it. I'll take the Cubs on the run line. Let's see how hot this team really is, because it does seem like they're almost boiling. I'll lay a run and a half here in this one at even money. I'm willing to do it here with the Cubs today. Let's see what the chat has to say. We got Kane on the over and Roberts on the over. Kane says, can't like that Washington pitching here today. Cubs going with the bullpen game here. Yeah, but Peterson can definitely go a few innings. That's for sure. It wasn't as not having a great year, but it's actually knocked that ERA. Like I said, I don't know. That looks 4.03 ERA. I think it just shows how Peterson's been going here. I think that means I think this means he's been pitching a little better here of late, because for a while he's been pretty mid, but he's given up just 4 runs in his last 4 starts with a 2.12 ERA in those games. So Nationals have been better on offense despite these injuries. They've been picking it up here a little bit. Maybe we'll see some runs here. I would think we will. I think we'll probably see some runs. So if we're going to see runs, I'm going to think that favors the Cubs. All right, Miller here. Let's go with the next one here. Miller for the Mariners is up against the Yankees and Will Warren. For Miller here, 3.08 ERA. We know how good he's been, but man, the Mariners are just terrible here right now. Lost again yesterday to the Yankees. Couldn't get any runs going. The Mariners look like they're what is it? The computer, the binary system. They get 0 or 1 pretty much. This offense, Cal Raleigh, he accepted the blame. However you want to say it, Cal Raleigh says, my bad. I'm not holding up my end of the bargain. He thinks the other guys around him are doing an okay job. And, well, we know he's right. There's no way he was going to hit 60 home runs or anything, but he really hasn't done much. And this offense is cold as ice right now, averaging about a 1.2 runs per game, I think, over the last 5 or 6 games. So it's been really woeful, and the Mariners starting to lose contact here. I think they're 4.5 back right now, these two teams in the American League West. So Yankees got the win. They got the series win over the Braves before that. Got a decent pitcher like Will Warren coming in here. The Mariners have only been underdogs 18 times this year. They're 5-13 as an underdog. So you got to think the Yankees here in this one. Give me the Yankees. I'll take them here at minus $1.25 today. I'll lay it $1.30. $1.30 it says there on the screen. And Kane says the Nats have that number 1 offense. They do. They're also missing 3 players out of that lineup, but they've actually, those players have been out a few games, and more than a few games, and they still have been clicking. Maybe it's just something about the Nats. Here's Ben for a home run. Man, how about the young star for the Yankees, though? Mini Judge in there with George Lombard Jr., but Ben Rice for a home run possibly there. Bobby Mack says go under here. Woke's Joke says Yankees and under in this one. All right. Man, thanks for hanging out with me. You got a couple dozen here that stuck it through here. All right, Red Sox taking on the Blue Jays, and Ranger Suarez goes for the Red Sox. Suarez, 3.32 ERA, 4-3 record here. The Red Sox have lost 4 straight. But what's happening? Red Sox, don't go giving away. You had all those games, a 27-3 run. They've lost 4 in a row. Don't start giving back all those games. For the Blue Jays here, they've got Soriano going. Now, the Angels, what a mess they were. They traded Soriano, one of the few things they got going for him. And, they dealt him. And, First of all, what are the Blue Jays doing going after a pitcher? When I wanted to say they were done. I don't know. They're probably still done. They're 5 games under 500, but they got Soriano going here, 1.92 ERA so far. Uh, 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 with the Jays here. So look, it's been pretty okay for Soriano. Yeah, overall his numbers 3.24, but those are good numbers too with the Angels, 218 batting average against this season. So for Suarez, Boston's 12-8 with Suarez on the mound, 13-7 to the over. Maybe he does get some run support here, but man, I think maybe the Blue Jays here, that's where I want to go. I'm going to take the Jays here to take down the Sox again. The Jays are actually a little bit hot here, it feels like. They've been winning a few games, won 4 of their last 5 here right now. So I'll try them here. Give me the Jays in this one at even money. All right. Red Sox money line. This is a big game. Cash Kane says they got to get a win. Robert's going with the over here in this one at 7 runs. Next up, we've got the Mets here. Zach Thornton goes with 2.52 ERA in this one. And Tyler Mahle goes here, I believe, for the Braves. Is that right? For Mahle here, 3-9 record. Braves are 6-13 with Mahle on the mound. Holy moly. Mets did fall yesterday. The Braves were able to get him, but oops, I got Mahle in there. No wonder we got too many Mollies going in this one today. All right. 4.83 ERA for Mahle here, 3.10 BABIP. Sure, the Braves have been struggling here right now, but man, probably could win this one if they had a different pitching option here. Maybe Thornton's been pretty good. The Mets offense, I don't know if they can get on track necessarily. They got the right pitcher to do it against, but I don't know. I think right here I'm probably willing to take the Mets here again and just take my chances. Maybe just have to take the run line. The price is a little high there, $1.45 or so, but man, I'm going to probably do that. What if the Braves win again? That's what happened there yesterday, and we took it on the chin there. Braves eventually won the game. Mets couldn't score there 4-0, so I'm sure that there'll probably be limited offense here today. I'm going to take the Mets on the run line. This is $1.45. That's about as crazy as I'm going to get here today. I'll try the Mets here to hang in here. I like Thornton. He's done a good job. Okay, here we go. Mets reverse Mets run line there for Kane. He'll take it. And Mets offense crazy good lately, and the Braves offense so. Yeah. Look, the Braves offense, Braves offense have been solid all season, but yeah, you're right. The Mets have looked good on offense here the recent couple of games. They did get shut out a couple of times by their opposing starter anyway, and they have been worse on the road against right-handed pitching for sure, but they have been shut out 2 of the last 4 games. But still, man, the Mets have some power in this lineup. They've got a good slugging percentage. I agree with that. Mets first 5 here, says Robert. Like I said, hey, it's kind of ironic. I mean, it's easy to make a joke about it, but you're like, well, you know what? You got a team like the Mets here. Soto goes on the injured list, and they actually play a little bit better without him. Okay, Reds here are going to take on the White Sox. Man, do you think Luis Castillo is a little bit homesick here or something? Gets traded to the White Sox after, spending all that time with the Mariners there. And Uh, Reds did win yesterday. Now, Rhett Lauder, nothing special here. 5.25 ERA, 4-7 record. Castillo did not look good so far for the White Sox. And you wonder, you spend all your time there. You're on a contender. Yes, they are kind of going by the wayside a little bit, talking about the Mariners anyway. But then you get traded to a team like the White Sox who have a little better. Woo, a little better position, not quite a little better position here. Man, I think the Reds are going to. I like the Reds in this one as an underdog. I don't know if I can squeeze in this run line here of $1. No. I got to take the Reds here on the money line. I'm taking them here, and I'm going to go with them here on the road against the White Sox in this one. Let's see what you guys have here. Okay. And let's see here. Nine Legacy says Red Sox Braves run line, Yankees run line. Marlins money line, Nationals money line, Rockies and Giants. Okay, thank you. Nine Legacy. Robert's going with the under in this one with Lauder and Castillo. All right. Next up, Rangers are taking on the Angels here, and you've got Cal Quantrill. He's in there, $1.35 favorite here for Quantrill. For George Klassen, 7.27 ERA for old George. Yeah, come on. This is going to be a tough one for the Angels here. Quantrill, I think he's going to have a pretty okay game. I think more so, I'm concerned about Klassen here with not great numbers so far. For Klassen, 7.25 ERA, 2.88 WHIP, 357 the BABIP, 3 starts. Actually, the Angels have won 2 of his 3 starts. Look out! So I think the Rangers here. I'm going to take them to win this one on the road, $1.35 or so. I will take the Rangers in this one. Okay, Rangers money line here for Cash Kane. And Terrell says 3 pitchers to go over their team total for their opponents: Castillo, Junk, and Peralta. So that means, let's see here, that means Angels over, that means Pirates over, and that means, where's Peralta there? Where's Peralta? Where is Peralta here on this list? Am I missing something? Does he have an opener? All right. Well, I got 2 of the 3 anyway. I'm trying to think. Does Peralta have an opener here? Kane says a run line possible. He's on the over there as well. All right. Let's get to the last one there. Okay. Next up. One more here. The Royals are taking on the Dodgers here. Oh, man, the Dodgers. Okay, well, you got Lauer here. I don't know about this. Lauer, 225, the way he's been going. Okay, maybe he's been a little better here with the Dodgers so far, but, man, it just seems like he's soft tossing out there. So far, 6.68 ERA in this stint, 1-5. There overall, he is 6-6, but he gets a ton of run support there. Still can't win half the games. I don't think I'll probably take the Royals here again. Give me the Royals in this one on the run line. I'm not these Dodgers. Look, the Dodgers. Okay, they've won a couple. They've won 3 or 4. They've won 2 in a row. They still can't even cover a run line here. They failed to cover the run line now in 10. I think it's 10 or 11 in a row here at this point. And the Dodgers are a dismal 20-38 on the run line at home. I'll take the Royals in this one on the run line. All right, Royals first 5 money line yesterday pushed. Cash Kane says he'll take the Royals on the money line. Robert says you got to do it again. These Dodgers, well, you know what? All you got to do is win by 1 if you're the jerky Dodgers, but I'll take the Royals here. They're not very good, but they hung in there yesterday and able to get the money. That's it. Lynch will do fabuloso. And Terrell says he'll take the Dodgers on the run line because Lauer is going to play on words there. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take the Royals here. That's it for the baseball, man. Okay, let's go to the WNBA real quick, and the show's over. We got it done here really quick. We went fast because no monologue, no nothing, and let's go to the WNBA. We've got the Tempo, and they're taking on the Dallas Wings here. The Wings are favored in this one by 9, and well, let me check these lines here. Let me look at the. I actually didn't look at. I didn't look to confirm the lines. Actually, you know what? It is 9.5, but we're seeing some 10s out there right now. Also, total 184 here in this one. So, tempo. We know they certainly can score with the best of them. Not the best defensively here, that's for sure. I've seen a lot of these games go over with the tempo right now, and I imagine it probably would here again. But let's see how you guys have this one with the Wings. The Wings are going to the playoffs, but they've struggled here to a 3-game losing streak right now themselves. And you want them to, cover a big number like this. Now, we're starting to see some of these bad teams. Maybe they're getting blown out a little bit more here, it seems like, of late. But, you look at this Toronto team getting 9.5. They've lost 9 straight. They have the worst defense in the league, allowing 94 points per game. But the Wings have lost 5 of 6, and they've allowed 94 points in every game. In those 3 games, they're also just 3-7 against the spread in their last 10. And Toronto, away from home, they are 10-5 against the spread this season. I would say, while Dallas does have a good record, I don't know if I'm ready to include Dallas in some of the, better team. It's like you've got the 3 elite teams, it feels like, right? With the, I don't know. I kind of want to put the Liberty in there as well, but I was thinking, between the Lynx, the Aces, and the Fever at this point, and I guess you still got to include the Liberty in there right now. Do you think that those are the elite? I can't put Dallas necessarily in the group. 19-14. All those top teams, they do have kind of similar records. I know we do have, the Lynx and the Aces, Valkyries too. Got some good teams here coming up. So, all right, I guess I talked myself into it. I'm going to have to take those points here. Give me the 9.5 points. I'll try. Let's go Toronto. Let's hope it gets a little bit ugly. I'll take the Toronto Tempo here. Cash gains going over in this one. Yeah, I got probably gonna be over here, I would think. And Robert does like Dallas in the first half, though. Maybe they can beat them up in the first half. Next up, we've got the Lynx taking on the Fire there. The Lynx, we know they are not a great cover team. They're a team that's kind of won a lot of games without covering. The record actually isn't awful against the spread. They're actually, if anything, terrible at home covering, but they're 10-5 against the spread on the road, but they only really have to win these games. And Portland, I'm going to say that here's the thing. We got 8 teams already in the play, not already in, but I've been saying for days, and it's not going to change with, 10 games or less here now left. But the top 8 teams are already in. If you look at the bottom 7 teams, the teams that aren't in, you could make a case. And I think record-wise, you can. I think they have the best record, right, out of all the remaining 7 teams that aren't going to the playoffs. Great job. You got to give Portland a passing grade here this season. Out of the expansion teams or even out of the bad teams, what was expected? I'd say I'd give Portland pretty good marks. And I think that helps them here in this game. I think they will have a pretty decent game here in this one. But you know what? I just think that means Portland probably not going to be too interested in playing too much defense here. Portland is 20-12 to the over. Minnesota's 21-13 to the over. Portland's gone over in 8 of their last 10. I'm going to go over in the first half in this one. Give me the over here in the first half with Minnesota and Portland. Let's do that. All right. Let me see. I'm going to try to track that number here real quick, but I want to keep everybody kept everybody waiting long enough. All right. Looks like it is first half line here at 95. Okay, and one more, and the show's over. Thanks a lot, everybody. I'll be ready to go tomorrow for sure when we're on NFL preseason day. Okay. Cash Kane says Lynx money line. Get that price down a little and take the over. Robert's on the over as well. And Terrell says the Lynx play Las Vegas on Saturday. And, they're battling for that top spot. Robert says Lynx team total is 99.5. Could they get to 100 here today? I think they might. All right, one more here, Sky and Valkyries. And, well, look, the Sky's done a nice job, but they've done a nice job at home. On the road, actually, they're a pretty vulnerable team. So see what you think. But, man, to me, I've got to think here that maybe the Valkyries here, it's down, man. Is there an injury here? It's down to 9. It's down to 8.5 right now. Salon is questionable. Kia Stokes is out for the Valkyries. So you're missing, possible couple players. But Sydney Taylor, who was questionable yesterday, she's out again here with that groin injury right now. I'm going to take the Valkyries in the first half here in this one. I was with Stacks yesterday. Make sure you're checking out that the 2-3 zone show. I was on the 2-3 zone hosting there the other day, and man, I'm going to take the Valkyries here in the first half. That's what you do, just like old times. I'll take the Valkyries here -6 in the first half. Maybe it's 5.5. All right, let's see here. That might be it for the show. Thanks a lot, everybody. I'm sorry that I was late, but between watching all those Little League games, between doing all those shows yesterday, man, we were doing shows left and right. So thanks a lot for joining me here on the show. Stay tuned for the guys here with the morning, I'll say that again. Stay tuned for the guys with bases loaded here. They'll be by in about an hour and 15 minutes. They'll preview. Get the pros in here to handicap this day card here today. And we've got, like I said, the 6 games going of the matinees. So, all right, it's going to do it, everybody. Thanks a lot. I'll be back tomorrow. Hope we'll make it in time. All right, we'll see you then. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Las Vegas.
I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind.